Some of those who served Trump and crossed him say they're worried. Stephanie Grisham, who was the communications director, the press secretary, communications director for chief of staff for the first lady.
She says, not talk about people like that. That's ridiculous.
She says that she's worried about being charged with treason. That she disappeared someday.
That's absurd. I'm talking about people in positions of authority. For instance,
Andrew McCabe, the former deputy, he says he might leave the country.
He ought to be very worried. He's definitely going to be investigated. So is Comey. So is Esper. I believe Milley will. People, look what happened
Milley, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, former chairman of the Joint Chiefs.
Yes, because look at we don't know what conversations he had outside the military chain of command when he was chairman of the Joint Chiefs, when he talked to the Chinese, when he talked to Nancy Pelosi. We have to investigate all that. We haven't done anything. You shouldn't worry.
Well, they're worried because Trump and you are talking about retribution. You're talking
about... It's not retribution at all. First off,
wait, those were his words, not my words. I said your retribution.
And what he says by retribution, he said, like he said last night on the debate stage, his retribution is a very successful, more successful second term. What we're saying is we want justice. We want to have full investigations, and then if criminal charges come up, then criminal charges come up.
I mean, you made a promise on your show. You said that the Attorney General will be in prison.
No, 100%.
So you're not just talking about
okay.
Is Bill Barr on the retribution list?
I think Bill Barr has to be investigated. Not retribution. Keep talking retribution.
No, because Trump said retribution.
Justice.
And you said retribution.
Justice. It's justice.
So Bill Barr needs to be investigated.
Bill Barr needs to
be in prison with Merrick Garland?
I didn't say that.
Well, I'm asking
I didn't say that. We have to see. I'm not going to prejudge somebody. We have to see.
So Bill Barr could be going to prison. That's
not retribution. It's justice.
Just days after the 2020 election, Twitter suspended Bannon's podcast. The episode also yanked from YouTube after he seemed to imply that Dr. Anthony Fauci and FBI Director Christopher Wray should be beheaded.
I'd actually like to go back to the old times of Tudor England. I'd put the heads on pikes, right? I'd put them at the two corners of the White House as a warning to federal bureaucrats. Either get with the program or you're gone.
A couple of days before, I was talking about the execution of Thomas More, when metaphorically they put it on the pike. That is a metaphor. In this town, Jonathan, and it's beneath you to bring it up. In this town,
it's not.
In this town, you say no. Let me just say something. Hang on a second. In this town, 1,000 times a day, people go, we got to put the heads on pike. We have to put his head on a pike. It was a metaphor.
You're saying at a time when Anthony Fauci and his family are facing death threats, when Christopher Wray and FBI agents all the way down are facing death threats, and you're going out and talking about putting their heads on pikes.
It's a total metaphor. Anybody understands that. That's your overreach. By the way, they banned us, I think, on Twitter. They banned us on Facebook for that. And hey, guess what? The show got even bigger. So not that we care. I'm not backing off my
rhetoric. Are you concerned about those death threats, though?
That's not what do you mean, death threats?
No,
do you think I don't get death threats and have security all the time? That comes when you play at the highest levels. It just comes.